invitation to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately.
Just a reminder, folks, to make sure to be here for our figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot.
Don't forget to bring the family to an up-and-coming game where we're giving away free Mickey Mouse balls. The first 5,000 fans to the arena will get a free Mickey Mouse ball.
Knicks fans, be ready for the next home game. We'll be giving away a deck of Knicks City Dancers trading cards to everyone in attendance. A great way to show off your next prize.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You take a look at New York. Early on, they've got the third best record. And of course, there's the Nets, back 2.5 games.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Wilson in at the 3 slot. And for New York, we've got Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's A-Train in at the point. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight, and if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Now here's Thomas. Outside Johnson. Off the mark there with a 3. To the inside. Hart shakes him, and that's 2 points on the layup.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
Thomas outside. Russell deciding where to go with it. It's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And A-Train gets it to go. And big-time congrats in line for MP, signing his first shoe deal.
And MP had the same dream as a lot of young players before him, playing in the NBA in a pair of Jordans. Now that the dream's been realized, I'm sure MP couldn't be happier.
The shot by Russell, no good. Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Here's Russell following the bucket by the Knicks. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Outside Johnson. To stop the run, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
You can see no hesitation on the catch by Cam Johnson. This is why he's on the floor, folks.
Here's A-Train. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Russell. Off the left rim and out. New York leading by 5. Here's A-Train. hits a three-pointer. A-Train's got 8.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Outside Johnson. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Thomas against Bridges. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Thomas misses.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Down low. Gets stolen by Johnson. Russell, the pass to Wilson. Now Johnson. It's not going to go for him. Hart with the defensive effort. Inside. Here's A-Train. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
New York shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And some changes here for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. Achua comes in for Anunoby. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Bridges. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Williams comes in for Wilson. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Melton in for Russell. And New York has possession. Following the bucket by Brooklyn. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. Here's A-Train. Misfires there. 4 for 6 in the game now. Nets trail by 9. To the middle. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Melton.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Here's A-Train. Coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. Nails it from beyond the arc.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Johnson passes to Melton. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
The free throw.
Substitution on the court.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
On the floor for the Nets. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. DeAnthony Melton out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Thomas in at the 3 spot. New York leading by 12. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
The Nets have gone 6 of 14 in the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. Here's Claxton. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. The Nets need to get off a shot here. The 3 from Russell. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's A-Train. Drains the triple. A-Train's got 17 points.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
To the paint. Here's Thomas. And it's New York with a rebound. Hart's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's A-Train. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 15. 29 seconds left in the first half. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Bridges, he's checked in for New York. And a change for the Nets. Wilson's checked in for Melton. Outside Russell. Here's the 3. Sinks the tray. He's got 5.
Arguably the most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to A-Train. From outside the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And so it's New York, going into the break up 12. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
The young guys are playing well, but it's the long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which players hit that wall and which ones knock it over. And switching gears now to that first half. Big hill to climb for the Brooklyn Nets.
They've been a step slow to close out on shooters all night, and that's why they've given up so many threes. Come on, man, show some hustle.
Perimeter D, apparently not their strong suit. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
They've got Karl Anthony Towns. Josh Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's A-Train in at the one. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Outside Hart. Pass to A-Train. Clock at 6. The three. And it's Thomas with the rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Banked it in off the glass. Thomas has got 5 now.
I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
New York shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
First team foul.
And he drops a first.
At the line, 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Johnson. Thomas with the ball. Shoots over Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, B.A. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Pass to A-Train. And he drops in the layup off the glass. A-Train's got 24.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Thomas passes to Claxton, and as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Cam Thomas.
He's been playing a larger role in their offense over the past 5 games. And we see that in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Just 5 to shoot. Oh, a special move before that shot. Thomas has got 9.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Outside Anunoby. Here's A-Train. Claxton with the block.
My goodness, how quick off his feet is Nick Claxton?
Russell to pass to Claxton. Can't connect from short range. New York leading by 13. Pass to Towns. Here's A-Train. Now Bridges to the inside. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. A-Train's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Pass to McBride. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. He's got 10.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Johnson passes to Johnson. Out to the right wing. Let's go with a 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
McBride passes to Hart. Robinson, a screen on Johnson. Hart from long range. Pure from three-point range. Hart's got 5.
Josh Hart, an improving three-point shooter. If he gets consistent from here, look out.
Claxton, a screen on Brunson to the middle. And Claxton throws it down.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
There's a screen. Here's Hart driving to the basket. Anunoby, he gets it in there. Anunoby's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game. Just for Brooklyn. Wilson's checked in for Williams. Thomas comes in for Johnson. And Russell is subbed in for Melton. If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. On the floor for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Wilson in at the small forward position. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Pass to Johnson. There's the triple. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And here's Hart, covered by Johnson. Outside Anunoby. Here's A-Train. Takes a 3. Nails it from 3. A-Train's got 15 points here in the second half.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Bridges against Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. Claxton passes to Russell. And the Nets miss again. Russell's gone just 2 of 7 from the floor here.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Knicks.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for A-Train.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Shots blocked.
Such a strong defensive player. Bridges understands I've got size and quickness. The rejection, yes, sir.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And Claxton throws it down.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
Towns outside. Pass to A-Train. Back to Hart. Towns with the ball. Inside. From 11 feet away. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everybody.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.
The two of you are going to save us an hour a week.
Sounds great. Yeah, how's that?
Oh, glad you asked. We'll be making weekly slideshows by continent of our top 5 target players.
Us?
Yeah, you. You want shorter meetings, right? So synthesize, gather, review, summarize, and I'll cap the meetings at 30 minutes.
Why do we go and open up? This will cost 5 hours a week minimum. Hey, at least our names will be in them.
Did you send out tomorrow's itinerary? I was just about to when I get back. Why? Jen's saying she's having second thoughts. That the talking points don't line with the 4,002 players.
Good night.
That's ice cold. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. You ready to give these fans what they paid for?
The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
Sports presents the NBA. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York. Off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, the Wizards. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And checking out New York, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game.
And now Washington's starting group. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Smart in at the shooting guard. And for New York, we've got Josh Hart. Bridges out there with A-Train. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the center, filling out the middle. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
Poole. And the rejection by Towns. A-Train, the pass to Hart. Here's A-Train, guarded by Smart. Pass to A-Train. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau, and the two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. The numbers will back it up, Brett, but when you watch OG Anunoby, it's easy to see why he is an elite defender.
Yeah, Kevin, he's been slept on by a lot of casual fans around the NBA, but trust me, diving deeper into the numbers, OG's defense is elite. He's got that strength, he's got the wingspan, he's got great instincts, and he is daunting for any would-be scorer that wants to put points on the board.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Yeah, that's just really good situational awareness from Smart, realizing someone was open on that possession.
From downtown, and the three is knocked down. Deep ball good, and a nice shot from A-Train.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Middleton against Anunoby. Pass to Poole. George sets a screen for Poole. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Down low, here's A-Train. George with the defensive effort. Wizards have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Poole gets it to go.
Yeah, and Poole does have some tricks up his sleeve. It helps him get around that contact inside.
New York moving the ball around. A-Train, good. A-Train's got 12 points in the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
It's Poole with the drive. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's A-Train. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 15.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside, Smart. Back to Middleton. George passes to Middleton. Poole with it. Shoots the three. Again, the miss by Poole.
Close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
Middleton looking it over. Pass to Poole. The tray. Again, the miss by Poole. The Knicks leading by 6. In the corner, it's Bridges. Now, Hart. Here's A-Train. For the 3. And Sarr pulls it down. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Pass to Middleton. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Kept alive. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Pistons.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Smart finds Poole. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. New York going with almost an entire new group here. Towns, he's checked in for Robinson. Josh Hart comes in for Achua. Bridges, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. And it's A-Train in for Miles McBride. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Sars checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Chris Middleton comes in for George. Marcus Smart's checked in for Corey Kispert. And Poole subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Sarr. Chris Middleton is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Poole in at the 1. Middleton for 3. And another miss by Washington. The Knicks leading by 20. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. And here are the Knicks now, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. A-Train, the pass to Brunson. To the paint, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson. Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple of seasons. Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
George finds Poole. That 3 off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Anunoby, no good. Wizards trail by 20. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Now, Poole, he has 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's A-Train. And the 3 off target. Puts up a deep 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the New York Knicks controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Washington Wizards.
A lot of bricks out there. Reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man. Take it to the paint. Man up.
Man up is correct. These teams often get addicted, Shaq, to the 3. Time for some intervention here. What's your plan B, please?
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. A-Train has been sensational.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Downs is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's A-Train. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard position. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Smart with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. From deep, George. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
For 3, Middleton. No good that time. New York shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. A-Train, good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Middleton the pass to George. To the inside. Here's Poole. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Count that bucket. Middleton's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Here's A-Train. Makes it off the glass.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Poole kicks to George. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Inside. And Towns gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Smart passes to Poole. And he drives in. Towns with the defensive effort.
Well, with him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, we see the NBA finding players for certain acts.
Substitution on the court.
Taking a look at the Wizards. George is out there with Song. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. Now Smart, after the missed 3 from A-Train, traps in the tray.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Here's A-Train. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. A-Train's got 14 points now in the second half. Poole kicks to Smart. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. puts it up from 12. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Knicks leading by 20. Going inside, and the layup's good off the glass. 37 points for A-Train.
Man, that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
A firm denial by Towns, knocking it away with that tremendous length.
An easy 2 points on the layup. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Knicks?
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys, they're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
And here are the Knicks now after the basket by Washington. Pass to Hart. Here's A-Train, guarded by Poole. Hits the three-point bomb. A-Train's got 40 points.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Here's Sarr. Pass to Poole. Smart, wide open, he fires. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance. Reignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New York.
Tonight they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for A-Train.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
The three from Poole. It's rebounded by New York. Knicks on offense. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Pass to A-Train. For three, and again for three.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got two guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
Great win tonight, MP.
That's real. Thank you.
Lineups on the floor that had no history, no cohesion. I like to focus on that this year as we analyze performance. Great stuff.
You have been playing well as a starter.
Yeah, and we are confident it is the right move for the long-term health of the team.
But
not everyone is as thrilled as we are with the new lineup.
I'm sure you can figure out who he's talking about.
I mean, if I were him, I'd be unhappy too. But like you said, there's no place for hurt feelings, and this is a grown man's league.
Yes, of course. But we would like you to make a special effort to get him more involved in the offense when you're on the floor with him.
We've talked a lot about using your gravity to get everyone involved. We just want to make sure that he's one of those people.
Look, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time, but I don't understand what the problem is. We're winning games. Okay, Isn't that what's most important?
We're winning games now, in the regular season. But we're going to need him down the line, not just in the playoffs, but in the years to come. And if he feels like his talents are being wasted, he's going to want out. We could lose him.
And it's throwing off chemistry in the locker room.
I get that. But what's more important to him? Winning games or usage rate?
It's not that simple, MP. Everyone's got an ego, right? And quite frankly, he earned his.
He has done a lot for this organization, and we are just trying to do right by him. How would you feel if the tables were turned?
Look, I'll do what I can, but at the end of the day, he's his own man and he can make his own decisions.
We understand that. But we have some reasonable requests that we think you're going to be okay with.
All right, look, I'll give him my best shot, but he has to hold up his end of the bargain. I can't put the ball in the basket for him, too.
All we ask is that you try. It's in the best interest of the organization, MP.
We need you to be a team player.
They need me to be a team player, y'all.
Jake, what's up, man?
What's up, MP? Man, pleasure to meet you.
Man, same here. When my manager told me that you wanted to connect, I was all about it. Did he give you a tour?
No, but he looked like he was pretty busy.
Oh, man, that wasn't very neighborly of him.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
I see
you
what
saw
you
that.
did. Yeah.
Hey, so you want a tour now, though?
You know, a tour would be cool, but I was thinking maybe we could hoop.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that you were pretty good. Okay.
Listen, I'm not joining the league anytime soon, but I can hold my own and pick up.
Okay, Jake, I see you, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get one in? Look, I was thinking we could run twos, and if I play with one of your NBA buddies, I might stand a chance.
For you, Jake, anything, man. Let's do it.
Hey, you really are a good neighbor.
Let's see if you still feel the same way when we're done. I know you're an old pro at the insurance game, but this is my specialty, man. I'm not taking it easy on you,
Hey,
right?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right.
All right.
Pivot.
Not one of my better games.
Oh, hey, we all have our off days. Hey, man, don't sweat it. If you want to hoop again, just say the word. I'm always looking to get a game in.
Got you.
Always.
All right, you got me that game. Let's run it back, though.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yo, good game, man. You could ball.
Oh, man, that was a dream come true. Look, I've met a lot of MPs in my time, but this is the first time I've hooped with one of them.
Hey, that's what we do here, man. We make dreams a reality.
Hey, man, as a token of my appreciation, I got you a couple of gifts. Can't welcome someone into the neighborhood without a gift, right?
Man, you didn't have to do that.
Hey, what can I say? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I didn't think you would do it. You did it, man.
I gotta say the best for last, right?
I hear that. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks again, MP. I really had a great time today.
Thank you.